Hello friends, let us now learn some important points about the metabolism of the drug. In the metabolism of the drug, we can divide the drug's metabolism into two types. One, we have phase 1 drug and phase 2 drug. Phase 1 drug, these drugs are most commonly, phase 1 drugs are most commonly inactivated. But there are some exceptions where there is activation of drugs in phase 1. So drugs like prodrugs are activated in phase 1. Except the prodrugs, all the other drugs are inactivated. Examples are levodopa, clopidogrel, famciclovir and carbimazole are activated in the phase 1. All ACE inhibitors except captopril and lisinopril are activated in phase 1. Then in phase 2, the drugs are mainly conjugated. That means in phase 1, how are they activated? How are they inactivated? In phase 1, the drugs are inactivated by adding a functional group to the drug. Then in phase 2, conjugation is done. Here in this inactive drug, if we combine the functional group to inactive drug, occurs in phase 1, and in phase 2 we will conjugate the drug. That is, we will add a negative substance to this drug. So here, as a result of adding a ionized substance, this will combine the unionized drug to ionized drug and thus making it water soluble and it easily undergoes excreted. Okay, so this is about the phase 2 drug. See, in phase 1, by adding the functional group, what is happening here actually is, in phase 1, by adding the functional group, you are making the drug inactivated except in certain cases of prodrugs. Whereas in phase 2, the inactivated drug in phase 1 is taken and to that you are adding a conjugate which will make the drug ionized and this will excrete the drug easily. That is what metabolism is, right? You are changing the drug in such a way that it can easily get excreted. So, there are certain reactions which occur in both phase 1 and phase 2. Those are important. So, reactions which occur in phase 1 are, we have the most commonly oxidation, reduction, cyclization, deamination, hydrolysis, aromatic or aliphatic hydroxylation. All this occurs in phase 1 reaction. Deamination also occurs in phase 1 reaction. Then in phase 2, there will be glucuronidation occur most commonly, and also glucuronidation most commonly occurs glycination, glutathionation, acetylation, methylation and sulfation occurs in phase 2 reactions. Then if you say phase 1 reactions, CYP450 enzymes, that is microsomal enzymes, are involved in phase 1 reaction, whereas in phase 2 reactions, glucuronidation, that is microsomal enzymes, are involved in phase 2 reactions, whereas other reactions are non-microsomal enzymes, right? Now, if you see the phase 1 reaction, so in the phase 1 reaction, we will see the enzymes which are important in phase 1 reaction. Phase 1 reaction is metabolized by CYP450 enzymes. So, these CYP is cytochrome P450, which is a heme protein, and P450 is the pigment which absorbs at wavelength of 450 nanometers. So, first we will see types. So, in the types we have the type of enzyme and the drug metabolized through that enzyme. So, if you see that first type of enzyme is, we have CYP1A2 enzyme, which is metabolized by tamoxifen, tacrine or theophylline. It is metabolized by tamoxifen, tacrine and theophylline. Second, we have CYP2B6, which is metabolized by cyclophosphamide, methadone and methadone. Okay, then we have third type of enzyme, CYP2C6, which is metabolized by phenytoin and warfarin. Then we have fourth type of enzyme, which is CYP 2C19, which is metabolized by which metabolizes the drug omeprazole and also activates clopidogrel. So omeprazole will competitively inhibit clopidogrel activation because both these are through the same enzyme. Then CYP2D6 activates the drug beta blockers, antidepressants, antidepressants like tricyclic antidepressants, SSRIs, and it also activates antipsychotics, opioids like tramadol are activated, and it also activates tamoxifen. Then we have the sixth drug, which is CYP2C1 enzyme will metabolize the ethanol and N-fluorine. Then we have the next CYP3A1 will metabolize the this CYP3A4 is the most common enzyme used in drug metabolism. Almost more than 50% of all the drugs are metabolized with the help of this CYP3A4 enzyme. So this includes protease inhibitors, statins, amidazoles, cisapride, estrogen, and erythromycin and mifepristone. All these are metabolized by this CYP3A4 enzyme. Right? Now, the next, if you see, we have phase 2 reactions. Then in the phase 2 reactions, first and foremost, we need glucuronidation. So first glucuronidation occurs. The glucuronidation examples are atazanavir, irinotecan, benzodiazepines. These atazanavir and irinotecan are contraindicated in Crigler-Najjar syndrome, and other drugs which undergo glucuronidation are benzodiazepines, statins, and estrogens undergo glucuronidation. Then if you see, most importantly, estrogen is important. Estrogen in the phase 1, we have CYP3A4 enzyme which is involved in phase 1 of estrogen. In the phase 2, estrogen combines with this glucuronic acid and this becomes water soluble, and this glucuronic acid, this water soluble compound will in the colon, bacteria produces the enzyme called as glucuronidase. This glucuronidase enzyme will break down the glucuronic acid. Thus the glucuronic acid is metabolized, so only free estrogen is left. This free estrogen is actually lipid soluble. Because it is lipid soluble, it will return to the enterohepatic circulation. It will return to the enterohepatic circulation and maintain normal half-life of estrogen, and thus maintain the normal half-life of estrogen. Then if the antibiotics destroy the gut bacteria, then this will decrease the glucuronidase enzyme. If the antibiotics decrease the gut bacteria, this will decrease the glucuronidase enzyme. So there is no breakdown of glucuronic acid. So estrogen will be in combined form of glucuronic acid, which is water soluble, which gets excreted. So this leads to OCP failure. So we should not give rifampicin with OCPs because rifampicin will destroy the gut bacteria. Then drugs which undergo glutathione are ifosfamide and fosfomycin undergoes glutathione. Then third, acetylation. Acetylation is done by the drugs like sulfonamides, dapsone, isoniazid, hydralazine and procainamide. All these drugs undergo acetylation. Sulfonamides, dapsone, isoniazid, hydralazine and procainamides undergo acetylation. Side effect is SLE, which causes drug induced lupus. Then we have the drug glycination. Glycination is done by niacin. Niacin undergoes glycination. Then methylation. Drugs like mercaptopurine, methyl dopa undergoes methylation. Mercaptopurine and methyl dopa undergoes this methylation. Okay, you can remember glycination has FG. So ifosfamide and fosfomycin undergoes glutathionation. GF. Then we have sulfation, which is done by steroids. So these are the different drugs involved in phase 2. Then if you see, all the phase 1 drugs are metabolized by microsomal enzymes, whereas in phase 2 glucuronidation is metabolized by microsomal enzymes, whereas other reactions are involved in other reactions non-microsomal enzymes are involved. So these microsomal enzymes are CYP enzymes, right? So there are some drugs which will induce these enzymes and there are some drugs which will inhibit these. So microsomal enzymes, the drugs first which induce the microsomal enzymes, if they induce the microsomal enzymes, they will increase the drug metabolism, thus decrease the active drug which is present, leading to drug failure. If those enzymes which inhibit, so those drugs which inhibit the microsomal enzymes will decrease the drug metabolism and increase the free active drug, leading to toxicity. So drugs which induce microsomal enzymes include griseofulvin, rifampicin, alcohol, benzopyrene, then we have phenytoin, phenobarbital, primidone, carbamazepine, DDT and St. John's worts. So these drugs will induce the microsomal enzymes, that is griseofulvin, rifampicin, alcohol, benzpyrene, phenytoin, phenobarbital, primidone, carbamazepine and DDT. Then the drugs which inhibit the microsomal enzymes include, we have quinidine, isoniazid, cimetidine, ciprofloxacin, ketoconazole, valproate, erythromycin, grape juice fruit and DEC, that is diethyl carbamazepine. So these are the drugs which inhibit the microsomal enzymes, that is quinidine, isoniazid, cimetidine, ciprofloxacin, ketoconazole, valproate, erythromycin, grape juice and diethyl carbamazepine. So these are the drugs which induce and inhibit microsomal enzymes. Thank you for watching.